Hello everyone, this is Movie Recap. Today we are going to introduce the very classic science fiction movie, Superman. As a science fiction movie from 1978, it's very difficult to shoot such a wonderful effect. There are many people who still remember the classic images of the film. Next, let's recall this classic masterpiece together. At the beginning, a meteorite in the universe is heading to Earth. Then it falls on a wheat field not far away. A couple witnessed this scene. When they arrived in a hurry, they found a baby inside. Since neither of the couple had any children, the wife thought that it might be a baby given to him by God. The husband, however, thought it was not normal at all. How could there be a child of about 1 year old in the meteorite? And the car had an accident. What surprised them even more was that the child actually saved the couple. The truck was like air in his eyes. So where did this child come from? In the vastness of the universe, there is a mysterious planet named Krypton, and this white-haired man is the biological father of this child. The man's name is Jor-El. As the most intelligent scientist on Krypton, he also has a high status on the planet. On this day, after the decision of the high-level meeting, it was decided to release the 3 criminals. They had violated the treaties of their race, so they were permanently blocked in this ethereal space. Jor-El told his compatriots that Krypton would explode in another month, but the senior members did not believe him at all. Finally, Jor-El decided to send his son to Earth. Only Earth is the best and softest place for his son to live. The couple loaded their clothes and a green crystal stone into the ship. Not long after the son was sent away, Krypton was completely destroyed. After many years, the young man in the red suit was the child from Krypton. His adoptive father named him Kent, and Kent adapted to life on Earth. But his classmates often bullied him. Even when he talked to the girl he had a crush on, he was interrupted by others. Kent listened to his adoptive father and had to hide his powers. Only when there is no one around, he can explode with repressed emotions. The only fun he had was racing the train on the way home. And this action has never been discovered. That day when he returned home, his father died of a sudden heart disease. Kent was too sad to sleep, as if guided by something. He went to the stable and found the mysterious green crystal. Kent decided to leave his adoptive mother and set out to find out where he came from. He came to the north with his senses, and when the green crystal was thrown out, a white crystal palace appeared in front of his eyes. And the projection left by his father answered his doubts. Kent began to learn all kinds of skills. After completing his studies, he left the place and started a new life. Coming to the city, he became a journalist. On his first day at work, he fell in love at first sight with his colleague Louise. In order to conceal his superpowers in life, he had to pretend to make a cowardly and clumsy appearance. At the end of the day, just as he was about to go home, the helicopter on the roof of the company had an accident, and the goddess Louise happens to be on this plane. Kent quickly found a hidden place and changed into his battle suit. Not only caught Louise, but also rescued the fallen helicopter. From then on, Kent began to fight the criminals in the city. It's not only easy to catch these bad guys, and he will not be hurt a bit. Even Air Force One survived the crisis with his help. But his father told him once, "You help the people of Earth, only to make them more dependent on you. More importantly, you can't keep guarding Earth in whole 24 hours. The boss of the newspaper told everyone that. Find out information about this hero by any means. And Kent, in order to help Louise, puts on the Superman costume. He was interviewed by her, but he inadvertently revealed his weakness in the interview. Through the newspapers, the entire city learns of Superman's existence, including a super genius Lex. This guy has a high IQ and inexhaustible wealth. He has also built his own kingdom underground. Through the information in the newspaper, he deduced the birthplace of Superman. Even discovered Superman's weakness, which is kryptonite. There is also an important information, is that Superman cannot see through the things made of lead. But the first thing he had to do, is to attract Superman's attention. He created chaos on the highway firstly, and his men took the opportunity to infiltrate the place where the missiles were stored. And they changed the launch direction of rocket. Then the group found another transport vehicle, and changed the launch direction again in the same way. Lex used a special device using a frequency that no ordinary person could hear, told Superman that his current location. After hearing this information, Kent, Superman went underground on time. Machine guns here won't hurt Superman at all. Superman also met the top genius after breaking 3 levels in a row. Lex tells him that it won't be long before the 2 missiles detonate, but the direction of the launch is the opposite. Even if you're good, you can only stop one. And the explosion would destroy the Earth's crust, enough to sink the entire West Coast. At that point, the cheap land Lex bought before would become the new West Coast. It would make him a fortune. Superman guessed that Lex had hidden the control switch in this box made of lead. He didn't expect that he was cheated. The box contained kryptonite. Faced with kryptonite, Superman will lose all his superpowers. If too long, he will die. Unfortunately, the clever Lex never thought of it. His own female assistant will betray him. With the help of his assistant, Superman managed to escape from here. Just when the missile has been fired, Superman rushed over. After catching up with the missiles, the first one was sent directly into space. As Lex said, there was always one that would explode. When Superman returned to Earth, the other one had detonated, and the entire Earth's crust instantly began to collapse. And this triggered an earthquake. The surrounding cities were severely damaged. Even the Golden Gate Bridge was affected. Superman came underground and carried the core of the Earth's crust. In the efforts of Superman, the crumbling ground began to slowly recover. Superman came to the train tracks, using his own body as a railroad track, letting the train pass safely through the dangerous area. But the aftershock caused the dam began to collapse. Seeing the raging water will flood the town. At the critical moment, Superman rushed to the front. The rocks on the hill were pushed downward. By the time the water comes over, the rocks have cut off the path. The rocks have been cut off the road. At this time, Lois's car was also hit by an earthquake. The whole car was sunk into the ground. The sand and soil on the mountain constantly flooded it. By the time Superman got here, everything was too late. Lois has been completely dead. Superman saved everyone, but he couldn't save the one he loved most. He broke down and flew off into the universe with grief. At this moment, he decided to save Lois. To turn back time, he began to fly in reverse around the Earth. By continuously accelerating himself, he succeeded in making the Earth start to rotate in the opposite direction. The disaster that happened before also began to rewind. After returning to Earth, Superman also met with Lois. And the villain Lex was also sent to prison by Superman. As a science fiction movie from 1978. Although many years have passed, this movie is still very exciting. The villain's performance in the movie and Superman's battle of wits, moreover, makes people admire his superb intelligence. If you like my story, please don't forget to click subscribe. See you next time.